Hey.
It's plugged on. We're plugged on. Tyler, Luke, Keith. We're here to talk about Epica. We're here to talk about Keith's tits.
They're down here, not up here. I'm sorry, I'm misplaced.
We're going to talk about Epica, Fleshgod Apocalypse, Arkona, and the Agonist show that we went to at the Soundstage in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore. Maryland. Everyone said Baltimore.
Baltimore. Wow.
Baltimore, what's up? No,
See you soon.
Yeah. See you soon, yeah?
See you
Yeah.
soon, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Epica before. We saw him last year. We saw Fleshgod.
We've seen
once.
Fleshgod before. We kind of saw the Agonist once before.
Yeah. Never saw Arkona before. So, let's just fucking dive into it.
Start at the beginning.
The Agonist. We didn't see all of them. We only caught maybe the last two or three songs.
2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I personally am not a fan of the Agonist. They just don't get my blood boiling. So...
I've listened to some of their studio stuff, and I think they're better there. Also, I mean, when they had Melissa White Clothes in the band, that was definitely a better point because she's a really good vocalist. But you know, she's with Arch Enemy, so whatever. Whatever chick who was singing there, she's like hit a couple notes that just had me like, no.
This date was the second to last date of the tour, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
that could have been that, but it's just, you know,
yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say personally because we didn't really see the whole performance, and I'm just
honestly, the Agonist really isn't my bag.
Yeah, they just don't. They don't excite me. But if you're into them, cool. Next up was Arkona from Russia. What'd you guys think?
They were. Honestly, besides Epica, I think they were probably one of the bands that really got my blood going.
Kind of not that hard, but whoops, did I say that?
Oh.
Band's weird though.
There was a very weird band, but the energy was there. They looked like they were having fun. The singer was you in female form.
In chick form. It was the guy who looked like he was like from like Lord of the Rings.
They all were like in costume.
It's great. I liked them because it was like this. They had this weird thing.
They had like a folky vibe.
They were folky, and then there was also like black metal, and it's like, but never really completely at the same time. Like there was some folky stuff, but then like they would do the black metal thing, and then they played like Ailstorm.
Yeah.
I'm like
it was a good mix, but it was
cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Like it's I checked them out for a little bit, like yesterday and today, and or I guess the last 2 days, and yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. It was kind of a hodgepodge of stuff in a way because their last 2 songs were very, very folky. They had an Ailstorm like feeling. You know, they're not saying about pirates,
But
we don't know that.
we don't know because we don't.
Or Corpiclani might be a better
Right.
analogy.
You know, yeah, Corpiclani is a good way to put it. It was just fun. It was upbeat, that folk music that you like. But then they were just full of fucking atmosphere and just darkness. You know, for a while.
Darkness and hate.
And lots of black metal vibes. Lots of big, you know, melodies. You know, vocally and guitar wise. You know, a lot of catchy stuff. I like the bagpipes. It's an interesting addition.
The wind flute, or whatever.
The fife.
The fife. Yeah, it's probably a fife.
Yeah, they have a good mix of stuff. I need to check these guys out because I did thoroughly enjoy their stuff. It's cool. I'd say Corpiclani's the only band I've ever seen that doesn't sing in full English. Corpiclani does sometimes, but Arkona did not at all. And it's cool to see that stuff. You know, it's just kind of open yourself up a little bit. Because musically they are phenomenal, at least live. You know, whatever songs they played there were great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're talking about darkness.
The vocalist went hard.
Oh gosh,
she went fucking hard.
I mean, she sounds very good with her singing voice, but then, you know, some of her screams were very very guttural,
masculine,
and I was like, "All right."
You might want to check for a dick.
Whoa, hey,
hey, that's slander.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of fun.
And she spoke like not a lick of English,
like very broken. It was kind of cool. Like the only real, I mean, it was like, you know, see you real soon. It was like, yeah. I was like, okay, they're from Russia. You don't really see too many bands coming out of Russia. A terrible amount of bands that make their way over here that are from Russia is probably a better way to word it.
It's good for them.
Yeah,
you know,
it's cool.
Having some success. There were a lot of people into them. You know, they got a lot of people going.
They had some hits going that were pretty feisty.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, they were fun. Next up was Fleshgod Apocalypse from Italy. Every band was from a different country. Pretty cool. Fleshgod Apocalypse, they are a symphonic death metal band. They've been around for a little while now. We saw them a long time ago with Winter Sun. Like, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
3 or 4 years ago at the TLA?
Yeah. Which was the last time I've been to the TLA.
It's the only time I've been to the TLA.
I haven't been there in a long time. They were not very good when we saw them first time, to be honest with you.
No.
They had a terrible production. I'd say production-wise this time and mix and everything, they were much better.
But there's still certain things you couldn't hear.
Yeah. I think, personally, one of their overall problems is that they're just too fucking loud. Yeah. I know you're at a show, music's loud. That's cool. That's what you're there for. But to me, not everything needs to be pushed to the fucking max all the time. You know, their vocals felt pushed to the max, their guitars, everything. And then, you know, when they're...
Or the pianist, because I could barely hear him at times.
Yeah, and then when their operatic singer was singing, it was like she was
couldn't even hear her.
Very hard to tell sometimes. It's just... And that's kind of been Fleshgod Apocalypse's career, in my opinion, is that they just don't nail their mix. It's just a flood of fucking shit that just goes together. I mean, it might not be shit, but, you know, just noise.
A flood of things and noise and sound that doesn't quite jive.
It's just, it's just something that they really need to just work on. Their new album, production-wise, is much better than any of their past material. But, I mean, regardless, what do you guys think of them?
I guess I will admit they were better than the last time we saw them. It worked a little better like that. I think the band takes themselves a little too seriously sometimes. I don't know. It's because it's also just like, again, it's all like tremolo picking and stuff, but orchestration happening, and it's like.
And I get that they have a very serious image. That's what they're going for. It's just weird when you have 3 bands up there that are having a lot of fun. They're a little bit more laid back, and then Fleshgod is like reading from a Bible, and they're like, "This is the head of a fool," you know.
Yeah, and about the only complaint that I have is that he didn't play Minotaur, which is like the only song besides the Forsakening that I'm like, okay, I get behind that, but like,
which that can be a pretty epic song.
That can. But I was just like, it's like you should have there's like just the piano intro to that song. But I mean, that's me being picky. But I mean, they were fine. It's just Fleshgod's never really been exactly my thing.
I mean, for my first time seeing them, I can't compare live performances. I mean, I've heard some of their stuff in the loot box, but I mean, again, they're not really a band that's in my wheelhouse. They're not really a band I actively like. I want to listen to Fleshgod Apocalypse today. It's not something I would do. And again, like Tyler said, you got 3 other bands that are up there having a fucking blast, and then you got these guys. And the only one that really looked like he was having any sort of fun at all was the pianist.
It's because he was hard.
That is probably the hardest rocking pianist I have ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, they do have talent. They're not terrible. It's just I've never felt that they've used it all to their best ability. Their new album is you know, they're getting there. And the new songs that they played, I think go over a lot better than their older stuff. You know, The Fool, Pathfinder. in Atrium. Those are fun songs to listen to. Because one of the things they do with their new album is they play with tempo a little bit. It's not just fucking full speed ahead all the time.
Yeah.
And then they played some of their older ones, like The Violation. And it's like, I don't know. I can't really listen to that stuff because the hook to me isn't there. And I can understand if you're not into this band, it can be absolutely unbearable to listen to some of these songs because it's nonstop blast beats, nonstop tremolo picking, nonstop just fucking vocals in your face the whole time.
Nonstop noise.
If you're into that, that's fine. But, I don't know. Their old material does not excite me at all. And I know this band has a nice band base, and that's fine. There were a lot of people that left after them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's fine. If you're into them, if they're your fucking jam, keep supporting them. That's cool. I just think there's so much more room to grow for this band.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel they're much more of a studio band than a live band, to be honest with you. Because of their mix. They have to figure that out,
mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Like you said, there's still room for improvement. There's so much talent and potential there. They just kind of stumble a little along the way, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then I don't know, having a band, going from Arkona, who's fucking going hard, to these guys was a hard left turn, and then going from these guys who look like they're barely fucking alive up there on stage.
Well, I mean, yeah, they look like they're...
Well, I mean, the fucking...
They look like they're dead.
I get the death makeup and all that, but going from not a whole lot of energy and enthusiasm and excitement to Epica was another hard left turn. Because, Arkona was like, yeah, alright, let's go. Bring on Epica. And then these guys kind of just, I don't know, they didn't excite me quite as much as I would hope for a band that's right before the headliner.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely better first time, though. So, we'll see with Fleshgod. If you dig him, keep digging him. That's cool. Well, on to Epica. Epica's great.
Epica.
I think their mix was better than the last time we saw them.
Yeah, and I also think we were just in a better spot.
I don't even remember.
We were because I remember the first time we saw them, we were closer to the stage, but we were to the left, so we were really only getting shit out of the left speaker. But this time we were a little bit more
center.
Yeah. When we saw them, they were doing a co-headliner with Helveti, so they didn't get to play as long, but they played for 2 hours.
They played 15 songs.
Yes, and boy, did they sound great.
They played a lot of new stuff.
They did. I can tell you.
They fucking played my favorite song from the new album, which got me happy. They played Beyond the Matrix.
Yeah, off their new album, they played Edge of the Blade, A Phantasmic Parade, Universal Death Squad, Divide and Conquer, and then Beyond the Matrix.
They also played, the songs I'm aware of off the top of my head, they played The Essence of Silence and Unchained Utopia from their last album.
Yep, they played Sensorium, Sancta Terra, Consigned to Oblivion. Those are old songs.
Sick.
They played Storm the Sorrow, which I was excited for. That's a great song off of Requiem for the Indifferent. And The Obsessive Devotion, which is a great song. And fucking unexpected for me. I potentially might be my third favorite Epica album. Is Design Your Universe. Is what they ended with before their encore. And, I didn't expect that because that song's 10 minutes long.
That was long fucking song.
That was great to hear. Simone Simmons sounded fucking
amazing.
So good. Way better than the first time, to be honest with you. And the first time we saw them, they didn't have their keyboard player, but I just feel like he makes that band almost a different band.
Live, anyway.
Yeah, because, he has a lot of fun. They all do. They all have smiles on their faces. They're all running around and stuff. But it's cool, you know. He's got his keyboard. He can spin it around. He can push it across the stage because he's
got the one that does like with the shoulder strap, so he can walk around.
Yeah, I mean they all go hard. I mean you got Leonardo DiCaprio on guitar. You got Mark Jansen, I believe his name is, who does the growls.
Mark's great too. Cohen and Isaac, I think, are the other, or some of the other guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, Simone Simmons, I like live how she is pretty on, but she just kind of plays with things a little bit, and it's cool. It's awesome.
Like, the Essence of Silence live, vocally anyway, sounds a little bit different
which is fine
than the album version, which is perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. You know, if I wanted to hear the album version, I'll go listen to the album.
Yeah.
And it's still, I think, one of my favorite Epica albums. But go ahead, play with it a little bit live. Do something different. Do something special that only the people that are there to see it and hear it will appreciate.
Yeah. Epica's probably the best combination of bands where their music's really great anyway, and even really great live, and then they're also just fucking fun to watch live. Because like I feel like most bands are either one or the other, you know. Like, but I usually enjoy the bands that have a lot of fun live more. Anyway, you know, that's kind of like, you know, how at least personally, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else, how I got turned on to Sabaton was watching them, and to like have and same thing with like Encephalum, like those guys are having like a blast live, and it's like, oh yeah. Trying to think of like another band I can think of that.
Ailstorm, Trollfest.
Elvati has, you know, it's like all these bands like, oh, they just have a lot of fun, you know, just like fucking. It's weird because it's something I wouldn't associate, but watching Leonardo DiCaprio,
he just looks like Leonardo DiCaprio to me.
That's not his name, but yeah,
I know. But it's just the funny joke.
He looks like a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's just playing, and it's either Victor or Mark Jensen. He's like.
Yeah,
playing. He's like,
they go and like singing each other's faces and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's just so much fun to just watch, and there's all running around.
It was like the crowd, like they do a lot of crowd interaction too.
Yeah. Or they pick up drumsticks and they fuck with their drummer and stuff. Yeah, just fun stuff. You know, they're all just having a blast up there, which is cool. This is a band to me too that has a lot going on, and their mix is very good.
This you can actually hear everything, whereas like I feel like last time it was mostly like the orchestration was like
yeah. It's probably because they didn't have their keyboard player. They probably had to push that a little bit more with backing tracks.
Yeah,
but not this time.
I feel like now that we've seen them in this kind of like smaller, more intimate venue, which is very cool, I would like to see them with the symphony, with the chorus, and just like that way they can do everything that they do on these albums in the studio live. Because listening to the Classical Conspiracy, that was fucking awesome. What they were doing live.
Might have to go to Denmark for that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a haul for that.
Yeah,
I know, but I mean, like
I agree though. I would love to see that.
They could do something with like like Metallica with the San Francisco one, or do something like, you know, if they go to Philly, use the Philly Orchestra or something like that, or London, or you know, or
you can kind of do what Trans-Siberian Orchestra does. Every time they go to a city, they get local musicians to play all the stuff. So it's like
that would be. I mean, like I said, that would be very cool to do, and very cool to see.
Oh, Trans-Siberian Orchestra Epica tour.
Oh my god.
Epica should write some Christmas-themed music.
Why the fuck not, right?
Epica Christmas album.
If fucking August Burns Red can do it, why not Epica?
Yeah,
a very epic Christmas.
One of the best things is that their keyboard player was like, "We're here to make America epic again."
And it's like,
it's made me laugh.
Yeah.
Which, they're doing their part.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing. Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing.
I just feel like Epica right now is a band that's kind of peaking at the top of their career, and
I hope they can. I hope they can maintain this level.
Yeah, because I love most of their albums, but the Holographic Principle and the Quantum Enigma, especially to me at least, are just in a completely different league than Design Your Universe and Requiem for the Indifferent.
Divine Conspiracy.
In Divine Conspiracy, you know, they're just in a totally different league to me. I just hope Epica can continue with that. Because I thought their new shit went over really well live.
Yeah.
I mean, Beyond the Matrix was so awesome.
Epica.
That was probably my favorite new song that they played live.
Yeah.
That really had the crowd going.
Yeah. That's like like I said, that's my favorite song from the new album.
Well, I forget what song was it. Beyond the Matrix, where when Leo DiCaprio told him to make the wall part of the sea.
I think that was last song.
Oh, then he's like, hold,
no, and then go.
Hold, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it was cool. A lot of cool stuff. They're just I like this band. This band I'd probably see. It's one of the few bands I would put on the list with probably like Anthrax. I'd probably put Lamb of God on this list. Maybe Amon Amarth as bands that I'll see just about every time they come around.
I was about to say that I could go see Epica anytime.
There's only a handful of bands I could say that it's like there's a lot of bands that are great live. Like I mean, bands like Iced Earth was great, but I don't know if I'd see Iced Earth every single time they come around. Whereas like all these other bands are fun. Mm-hmm. Like boom, just some of the most fun shows ever.
Yeah, I agree. Fortunately, I think this tour is over.
By this point, yeah.
Yeah, New York was their last show.
Mm-hmm.
However, I did see on their Instagram, Baltimore had the most crowd surfers out of their entire tour.
It's awesome. They had a good crowd.
They did. It was a great crowd. The whole night.
Shout out to the guy that came up to us.
Oh my
God!
God!
About Madonna being a succubus,
and how that's the reason Britney Spears' career got ruined.
Yeah. Shout out.
And he also proceeded to tell
everybody
else that. Like, just standing, and then you just hear, did you know Madonna was a succubus? Like, coming from behind him. It's like...
First off, the way he even came up to us...
Well, it started off normal.
Yeah,
was like, you notice,
talking about the show.
You notice, you go to a metal show...
And everyone's wearing black.
Everyone's wearing black. And I'm like, well, this is how things are. And I was like, okay, this is a normal conversation. And then it hard transitioned from... black shirts to Madonna, and I'm like...
Hardest of left turns.
It was great, though.
Yes.
I hope to keep running into fun individuals whenever we go to the Soundstage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was the one dude at BB&T.
I was that guy, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun stuff, man.
It's cool. Thanks for watching. Always cool stuff happening.